Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Timaah's Talk and Vlogs. In today's video, I'll be speaking with a special guest by the name of Cece, a Syrian American woman who defied societal expectations by giving birth over the age of 45. Yes, we'll be speaking with her as she shares her experiences, her challenges, and also the stigma with becoming an older mom over 40 in our community. So stay tuned for that.
Empower women in Sierra Leone to grow, thrive, and lead. Impact Sierra Leone is breaking ground on a vocational training center, equipping women farmers with skills in agriculture, business, and clean energy. Join us. Donate or volunteer today to help us complete the construction of the Impact Vocational Training Center in Foindu Village, Northern Sierra Leone.
So Cece, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share my experience with everyone.
Yes, great. Can't wait to hear. So I want to know what inspired you to pursue motherhood over the age of 45? Was it a planned decision or did it happen unexpectedly?
Oh, wow. Well, it's a little bit of both, I would say. So I'll just go back to saying, I was one of those ladies that tried to do things the right way. Like I went to school, pursued my education, I got my career, and did all the things that's right. And throughout that, I guess I was one of those ladies also that was kind of like unlucky about not finding the right person. So I just kind of waited. I kind of waited to see, is he going to come out there, come here to me? It's one of those things where you have that fantasy in your head, like, oh, I want to get married. I want to have children. I want to build a family and I want to do it all before I'm like 30. You know what I mean? But it didn't work that way for me. It didn't work that way for me. I was in a series of relationships that were not great, that didn't work out good. Thank goodness I didn't have any children for any of those people. So for me to pursue motherhood later on in life, back then I didn't expect it to come this way. But, the silver lining was I've already completed all the things that I wanted to do in life. So it made me more comfortable to want to take care of a life. So I thought, let me just go through the process of seeing what I need to do in order to do that. So yes, I think pursuing a child over 45, it wasn't planned, but it definitely is not something that I regret.
Yeah. And before I get to the next question, first of all, you definitely defined the meaning Black does not crack, because you do not look over 45. You look
thank you.
So young. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I guess I'll thank my ancestors.
Yes, Black doesn't crack. So you definitely don't look over the age of 45. So did you face any criticism or doubt from people around you, when you decided to have a baby over the age of 45?
Well, first, I decided to put myself first. Okay. So one of the things was, in my community, I am a part of, I was born in America, but I am a part of the Sierra Leone community, which is African community, West African community.
Oh, yes.
And there's just this stigma that you have to be young, you have to hurry up and have your children before a certain age, or else you'll be too old, you'll be judged. So one of the things I decided to do for myself was to remove the noise. Like I did not want to have anybody say anything negative around me. I have that choice.
Yeah.
Just like you have the choice to do what you want in life, I had the choice to remove any negative speak around me. So that was what I did first when I started my journey. So facing criticism, I really did not, except for maybe in the medical field, which I'll get to that later. But facing criticism from family, friends, it didn't happen because I simply didn't tell them. I had to just keep it to myself so that I can keep positive. And I always surrounded myself with positive people. I watched videos of women over 40, speaking about how their pregnancy journey went, there wasn't nearly a lot of women over 45. So the few that I saw, like I stuck to them and I started watching them. Like there's this one lady called, she's on YouTube as well, Femi Void. What is her name? Fumi. I'm sorry, Fumi.
Umi, yeah, she's so
Void. And she had a baby
okay.
over 45. And she just inspired me because I thought it's not even possible. And when you do searching online, everybody's speaking against it. But if you're healthy, you're fine, then why not?
Exactly. And I definitely think it's God's time,
Yeah, definitely.
We pursue things later in life. It's different for everyone. Whether it's baby, education, etc. But yeah, I think God's time is the best. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I believe that to the core, that God's time is the best. Never compare yourself to anybody else.
Exactly.
Because your time will be the best time. And it never should compare to anyone else's time. So yeah.
Yes, I so much agree. Yes. But so what did your doctor say when you expressed your desire to have children? What was
Oh, that was an experience. And a surprising experience as well, because initially when you're trying to have a baby, the first thing you want to know is, am I healthy? Can I have a baby? So I remember visiting this doctor and I went to go see him. It was a gynecologist. It was a man gynecologist.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, at this time I was probably 44. Yeah, I believe I was 44. And I went to go see him and tell him, hey, I'm interested in having a baby. Can you check me to see that I'm healthy enough to have a baby?
Mm-hmm.
You know what his response was? His response was, no, I'm not going to do that. You're too old. You need to go see a reproductive endocrinologist.
Wow.
Yes.
Like
I'm not
that?
Gonna, yeah, he's in those words. He said, I'm too old.
Wow.
He's not going to do that. And just his energy just really hurt my heart. That day when I left, I was in tears. Like I cried. I called my mom. They told me that I was too old, that I really...
Yeah, they're already considered you geriatric.
Yeah, geriatric.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I was reading, if you get your menstrual cycle every month, you should be fine to be able to get pregnant. And if you're not getting pregnant, then maybe there's a problem. So I wanted to see if there was a problem with me. And, the doctor wouldn't even see me. Believe it or not, he wouldn't even see me. He didn't even check me. He just judged me based on my age and maybe my weight too. But he just judged me and said, I'm not going to see you. You're too old. You need to go see this person. Wow. So then after that, I went to go see, I don't know if I should say the name of this company, but it's a popular place where they have babies in Maryland. And I just wanted to speak to a fertility clinic in Maryland where I resided, and very popular place. It's like all over. Most people go to that place. Mm-hmm. And that doctor told me, lose 40 pounds before I see you, before I even check you. So it took me about, I would say I saw about 3 doctors before I finally found a gynecologist that was team Cece and was like, oh, you're going to have a baby. So they checked me finally. It took me 3 gynecologists before they could finally check me just to see that I was okay, to see that I was able to have a baby.
I mean, coming from a doctor, you would get some type of, encouragement or, just some medical advice on what you can do to work on, conceiving.
Right. And not all doctors are the same. Like I learned that pretty quickly. Like some will check you. Some are for you having a baby, whatever, as long as you're healthy. And others are just like, no, and it was wild. But I finally found a gynecologist that really was there for me, and she had experience with working with older ladies. So like I would suggest, finding doctors that are pro fertility for older women first, because there are way more doctors that are anti-fertility for older women. You'll
Okay.
find, so once you do that, then everything else would work out
In
for you.
place. Okay. So during your pregnancy journey, were there any complications or was it a smooth experience? How was that?
My pregnancy journey was kind of wild because I decided when I was over 40, 45, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do IVF. I'm going to go and I'm going to do IVF because I figured, hey, I'm over 45. The chances of me having a child possibly might be very slim, So I decided, let me go try that. So I went and I saw this world-renowned doctor, very good doctor in IVF medicine. And he had a talk with me and he said, look, overall, you are pretty healthy in having a baby, but you're not 100% healthy. You need to lose weight. You need to eat healthy. You need to take the right supplements in order for you to get your body to a place that you have good fertility. Then we can discuss more you getting the IVF treatment. And with a good doctor, they'll discuss with you being healthy to lead up to IVF. Okay. So that was something that I was pursuing. Like I started reading about it. My partner who I was with, we were just really going to get into it and stuff. So what I started doing simply every day was just walking. I just walked. I started eating right. Okay. And I started exercising. And I started staying positive, keeping the noise out of my ears when it comes to fertility. I started loving on myself more. I started forgiving myself for not doing all the things that in life that I thought I would do, and I know this is going to sound cliche. I didn't think about it. And I even came to a time where I thought maybe I would just be fabulous like Oprah and be child free, So then I thought, okay, I'll just put it on the back burner, but maybe I'll pursue IVF, but I'm going to work on myself. Yeah. And I did. And guess what? I ended up pregnant.
Yeah. I ended up pregnant. It was on your mind, and I think too.
Not on my mind.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and stress definitely plays a part too.
I'm sorry?
Stress. Yeah, stress definitely plays a part. So because it seemed like you were like doing the right thing and keeping all the negative noise out.
Yeah, you got to do that sometimes for yourself. And it's okay though. Yeah. Do those things for yourself. And then what happened was I was 3 months into pregnancy and I didn't know it. I just started noticing Wow. I was feeling weird. Like, I just started noticing I was tired all the time. I wanted to sleep all the time. And I was like, this is weird because I'm working out. I'm feeling good. And then next thing you know, I'm sleepy. I'm just exhausted. And then I started to throw up and things. And, my my husband at the time, he was like, you're pregnant, and so my mom, he said, you're pregnant. And I was like, whatever, because I haven't been pregnant for so long. It just wasn't something I thought would just happen. I thought I had to go through the IVF process. So she was like, my husband was like, you're pregnant. And then my mom was like, you get belly. You get belly.
Oh, like African moms, they know.
Yeah, she told me this. Oh my God. I was just like, yeah, right. I didn't think I was, so I took a test and it said, you're pregnant. And I was like, what? That's weird. So then fear came over me. Fear came over me. I was like, oh no. I didn't get any testing or anything. So I went to the hospital. I went to the doctor and they checked me out. Lo and behold, I was pregnant. And not only was I pregnant, I was 3 months pregnant.
3 months. You had no idea.
I had no idea. I was still getting my menstrual cycle. I was still, granted it was shorter. It was a shorter menstrual cycle, but I thought it was because of all the walking and stuff I was doing. And I was also doing marathons. So I was becoming more athletic. I was becoming more healthy. And I thought maybe that changed my monthly cycle, not knowing I was carrying a baby. So 3 months in, I'm pregnant, right? And the pregnancy, it was a blessing. And the pregnancy went well. It went well all the way up until I made it to about 7 months pregnant. And I ended up getting preeclampsia. So I had to go to the hospital, and I was there for about I would say 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
And I had my baby, and he was healthy. He was just born early, so they had to keep him in the NICU. But other than that, he was really healthy. It was just that he was underweight because he was born so early.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the things that they don't discuss, that you can still be as healthy as possible and still get preeclampsia. Because I did not. Once I found out I was pregnant, I tried to stay healthy. I tried to do all the things
And
right.
you had no idea about
No idea.
your
I had
blood
no
pressure.
idea. So the
Like you
blood pressure,
didn't feel any symptoms or anything.
no symptoms, no symptoms. I actually, when I found out that I had preeclampsia, I was just coming back from a vacation. And I went to do my checkup, and they were like, "Oh no, you're staying here because you have preeclampsia."
Wow.
But other than that, I stayed in there. I stayed in the hospital because of preeclampsia, but they gave me medicines. I was
Okay.
fine. The baby was fine. There was no real fear except for the fact that they wanted to keep my blood pressure down, and he was born a little bit
Okay.
early. But once I got out of the hospital and he got out of the hospital, everything's fine. He's a normal baby. He has no issues. He's growing normally.
Good.
I'm fine too. I had a C-section, so I'm
Okay.
healed up.
Because of the preeclampsia, right? It was an emergency.
Because of the preeclampsia.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to make me have him naturally, but they just want to make sure that his health was fine, because they didn't want my blood pressure to keep rising, which is bad for the baby. So yeah.
So what would be the biggest joy that your child has brought into your life, despite any challenges? So what do you think is the biggest joy? You being a
Just
mom.
knowing that I created a human being in my body. I have a special mindset because I waited a long time before I had a child. For a long time, I thought maybe I couldn't have children. And I thought maybe I couldn't bear a child or grow a child in my body. And just the idea of something that was growing in your body, coming out, their actual living, breathing human being that you held that was in your body not too long ago. And now they're growing up to be a person. And you're in charge of this person and making sure that their livelihood is good. And the smallest things make me happy. Just seeing him smile, seeing him just do his little smile, his playing, him learning. The smallest things, those are the things that just makes me happy. Or him eating. Maybe he's hungry. Maybe he learned to hold his bottle. Like right now, my son is about 3 months now, so he's just learning to hold his bottle. So he's putting his little hands on the bottle, trying to learn to hold it, and just the small things give me joy. Like I just love the fact that I have a beautiful human being that I brought into this earth. So me, that makes me happy. So I just have one more thing to say to all the women out there families out there who are trying to have babies at over 40 and, especially over 45. I think for me is never allow people's no to be your reality. Always don't accept it. Just be just give the nose, the middle finger or whatever. Just don't accept it, because a lot of times people, they're using their own situations and they're putting it on you. And however way you decide to get into parenthood, whether it's adoption, IVF, whatever way, having a baby, do it. Don't let anyone stop you. Just go out there, you pursue it, do it, and do it with all your heart. Do it with confidence, and all the people that are around you that are naysayers, just kick them out of your lives. And it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. So, if you want something in life, go for it. Get it. If you want a baby, go for it. Get it. And, whatever means possible. If you can't have one, that's fine too. Adopt. Maybe take care of an older kid or something. However way you decide to do it. I just think that we're too judgmental over folks. And when is it bad to want to take care of another human being? It's not. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So, keep hope alive and stay positive. And that's like my message to all the moms and dads out there still trying. Just stay positive and keep hope alive. You will get what you want in life. So, any other information, just follow me. You can follow me on Ramatu Life Victorious. I'm here on YouTube, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have.
Well, thank you so much, Cece, for joining me. I mean, your story was truly powerful and inspiring for many women, especially who feel the pressure from society to have babies at a later age. You definitely inspired me as well.
That's
But thank you
good.
so much.
You're
This was
welcome.
truly inspiring. Well, thank you guys for joining me on Timaah Talks and Vlogs, and I'll see you again. Bye.